in here? How are you and Lori doing? Quality from 480 to 1080. And let's set the chat to all messages. Chat filter to all messages. She says, we're hanging in there. How are you, Mary? I agree, I'm hanging in there. Let's see if I can't set this a little bit better. Is that a little better? There we go. Yep, hanging in there. And hello, if you're up in the balcony. I see 4 or 5 of you up in the balcony. Welcome in, welcome in. There's Brenda D. Hi, Brenda. Welcome in. And Vale, I know I asked you before and I never caught your answer. Can I send to you yet? Can I send mail to you yet? How's the mail situation in Canada? She says, good evening, Mary and Steph and everyone coming in. Brenda's here, Brenda D, MC, Brenda D. Okay, well, I do have a little happy mail tonight, and I'm going to cut these apart. I just need some to put in so I can get these mailed off as thank yous. And these I'm going to cut apart. I'm going to do this a little later. These I'm going to cut apart from last week. I accidentally went public, and I'm going to send some out to the public folks that popped in. And then I have some for the November, which I'm working hard to get. I'm working hard to get it mailed out. The November pack for the bird journals. Hi, Cynthia McCoy. Cynthia, you sent me this little book, didn't you? I tell you, I sure do like it. I've been keeping track of my life in here. And then I lose it, and then I find it again, and yeah. And I might work in later on tonight, depending on the time. I might work in the bird journal, zine journals. Yeah, so she has to check it out, Mary. There's rotating strikes, so I'm not certain how that works. I'll let you know. Okay, that'll be fine because it's here waiting for you. I ordered a little something from, the Chadwick Rose. I forget whether I think it's Marty. I get Marty and Malia mixed up. It could be Malia. I get those two mixed up. But it's the Chadwick Rose. I'll tell you, I have a hard time keeping track of stuff. You think you don't think you did? Oh. Well, you sent me those owl napkins, didn't you? And you sent me this carving block, 2 of these, and I'm gonna carve my next dog in there. Maybe I'll get to that tonight. I don't know if I'll get to carving it. I'm still designing it. So I ordered some. I guess that's it. I ordered some of these from the Chadwick Rose. They're little milk. Well, let's take one out and I'll show you. If I can find the opening of the envelope here. They're little milk covers. They're wooden pieces. It says Shockley milk. And it's got a staple in there. So you can, and it's rusted around that staple, so you know those are vintage. Let me show this to you. They're wooden. They're really kind of cute. So that's my Happy Mail adventure for today. Well, I did order some more white pens, of those white pens that I've been liking. Some more of these white highlight pens. Those are good, and I wanted 2 packages of them, so they'll last me a while. Where am I going to put these behind me here? And let's get my trimmer out. I want to get these Hiawatha cards. I call them Hiawatha. It's really mini haha. Really mini haha. But it was illustrated by Harrison Fisher. And I'm sending these as a thank you to the gals in the Fibdiggity creators who attended a Fibdiggity creator live stream on, let's see, when was that? I'm just really trying to catch up on, I don't have the date, September 8th. And here it's October the 19th. I'm only a month behind. But you know what really set me up, what sent me back was the mailing that I had to redo. I was all up and had it all ready to go, and I had to bring it home and redo it. And I've got these mostly done. I just needed some more stickers to put on the inside. And I hope that your weekend has gone well, gone good. We're starting a new week. We're starting a new week. And my week is going to be a busy week because my brother has doctor appointment tomorrow and I have a dentist appointment on Thursday, I think. Let me check that out. Let me see what day it is because I want to announce if I'm not going to be here. Hold on. Find my calendar. On Thursday. I will not be streaming on Thursday, of this coming Thursday in the morning. I didn't do that very well. I will be driving to Lincoln. I'm not looking forward to it. I am not looking forward to it at all. And I might have some of these left. If I have some left, I'll give them away tonight. How does that sound? Because I want to get these off in the mail tomorrow. And I just needed some extra mini ha-has to put in the envelopes. So I hope that your weekend went well. There we go. Now I'll cut the rest with my scissors. Let me get back into my chat. See what's going on out there. I have a... Let me do the chat filter thing again. Welcome folks in. Angie's here. Hi, Angie girl. Belinda Smith. Hi, Belinda. Belinda and Brenda. Oh, dear. Angie Brown. Did I say Angie Smith? Angie Brown. Stephanie's here. It's Belinda Smith. Patty Crane, welcome in, Patty. Brenda and Stephanie and Cynthia McCoy, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining me on a Friday night. And then I just cut these apart with my scissors. I think I need 12 of them. And I think I'll have some extra and we'll have a giveaway after let me get my cards sorted out here. And they're stickers, so you can use them for whatever you want. Put them in your art journal, do whatever. But these are going to go to the Fibdiggity creators who came to my stream on September the 8th. And I've been backed up on getting things done. But I'm getting there. I'll be done by Christmas. I'll be done by Christmas. I pretty much have decided that I'm not going to make a big deal out of Christmas cards. I'm going to do stickers and put them on Christmas cards and do postcards, I think. I think I'm going to do postcards. This needs to be trimmed a little. I'm going to do postcards for Christmas. Not only is it cheaper, it's not as time consuming. And it was Wednesday. I swear I spent the whole day with my head in the oven. Was it Wednesday? No, it was Thursday. Cleaning that silly oven. And then I still had the wrap-up tests to do, cleaning the burners and the top. And it was dirty, though. It really needed it. Now we have a nice clean oven, or as clean as it's going to get. It's an old oven, so there are some burnt on areas I couldn't get, but I think I talked about that before. Maybe Friday. in Friday's chat. All right, just 2 more here. I'm going to have to turn that fan toward me. It's warm in here. Yeah, we went down to the lake last week, and that set me back a little too. Monday through Wednesday. We were down at the lake. That was nice. That was fun. It was a little rainy. It's too bad that the days we choose to go, it chooses to rain. The last time that we went earlier this summer, it was just like a sauna out there. And it got kind of muggy after it rained. My brother was ready to come home. I could have stayed the rest of the week, but he wanted to come home. Got an ad here. They're saying hello to everybody out there. Angie says it's another week. Yay, it's another week. I'm just about done with these. Have patience. My goal is to get these in the mail tomorrow. And I got a few postcards to get mailed. All right. Let's get rid of the scrappies. And let's see who will be getting these. Oh, I don't have this one done. Hold on. I'm not quite done yet. I'm not quite finished. I got one more. 2 more. I thought I was done. It's been kind of the weather's been nice. I stepped out just a few minutes ago. I should have spent some time out in the yard today, but I didn't. Actually, I was printing all this stuff off this afternoon. So I spent my time at the printer. I've been doing some tatting, getting back into it. It's amazing what you can forget in a few weeks. I'm glad I started just practicing again. I need to get out the shuttle and continue my learning process there, but we have a online tatting class, Katia, at the Tatting Muse. And it will be Wednesday, I believe. There we go. Now, between those and these, I should have enough. And let me get that little book. What did I do with it? The little book. Scissors. Come on, I had it here just a minute or so ago. What did I do with it? All right. For these, I need 15 cards. I think 16 counting me. And stickers, so let's see how many I have done here. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and how many envelopes do I have out? I should have 15 envelopes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 3 more envelopes. I think I have them, I just don't have them out. So we're going to take one of these stickers here. I may hold that one back unless I need it. One of these, and a large one and a small one, and it's going to go in the card, and it's going to go in the envelope. A card, a large, a small, and an envelope. A card, a large, a small, envelope. I think I need to cut this one down, but I'm going to leave it up to the person. I can't tell, it's so fine. Maybe not. It's the same size as these. So a large, a small, an envelope, a large. This busy work That's one reason why I don't get stuff done. I'm not good at the busy stuff. And an envelope. That's why I'm doing it in front of you guys. Can't get it apart here. A card. A small. Come on, get in there. An envelope. A card. Large. A small. And I don't put anything on the card in case you want to pass it along or journal in it or whatever. And I'll check these to make sure I have everything in the here before I seal them up. I'll open them up again and make sure every card has a large and a small sticker. I usually do that. But if I ever forget something, and if you were supposed to get it, you let me know. Because these are printed. I can reprint. I can print these off. My printer's been cooperating with me. I need to put more ink in it here pretty soon. I did a lot of printing today. Well, did I put, yeah. So, let me count here. I think I need well, that will be good, because I put these 4 to a sheet, and I'm going to keep this one for me because it's got a bent corner, and so I need to print off one more sheet of these ladies, and I need 3 envelopes. So I need 1, 2, 3, and put that one there with that. So I need some large stickers. 1, 2, 3. I'll do that tonight after the chat so I can get these mailed out. So I've got my stickers there. I need 3 more for the envelopes. 3 more stickers to put on the envelopes, and I'm just going to put them in this first one here. My envelopes might be behind me, but I don't want to get up. And all right, so let's see how many I have here. These are ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3 here would make 15. And let me check again. I have 16 counting myself, and I'm keeping these 2 for myself. So when I print off these I better save an extra one here just to be safe. And I'm going to get these out in the mail tomorrow. I'll have time before we go. Do I have a... I don't. Sometimes I have a band off to the side here. So let's see how many I can give away here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could have 2. I'll keep this one. I could give away 2 of 5 each. Have a little giveaway here. And they'll just be popped in an envelope, maybe a piece of copy paper. Are you guys ready for a giveaway? Let me redo my chat here. Would somebody fix the messages held for review for Angie Brown? Did that get fixed? I can't fix it on my tablet. Would one of the mods fix that? Show. I can't even show it. Another mod just fixed it. Good. Thank you. Thank you much. Angie says, shh, I'm mad. My so-called brother is 58 years old and he can't fix himself nothing to eat. Angie, you were using some words that YouTube didn't like killed. But that's okay. We fixed that. Cynthia, how are you? Hi, Joyce. We have 17 people in here. We're going to have a giveaway for 5 stickers. We're going to give away two of them. And I want to get these off my desk. And these will be mine. These will be mine. And let me put these in a safe spot. I never know where my safe spots are anymore. Alright, they should be okay up here. Hopefully. Alright, I need let's just do it right in this little book. And I'm just gonna, I got extra stuff here. Stickers. I hate throwing these away because I feel like there's a use for them I haven't discovered yet. All right, I'm gonna write it right down here. Who won? Let's see. This is 10, 19, 25 giveaway. The range will be 1 to 100, and let me put the go in there. And what you're playing for is 5 of these little, this is Mini Haha. It's an illustration done by Harrison Fisher, and they're stickers. And you can put them in your journals, you can pass them along, they're in the public domain. He illustrated a Hiawatha book, and this is what in the public domain. Mini Haha. Let me put in the go here. Now got an ad. Did it get in there? Yeah. So we'll have two winners. And let me get my... I'm going out to get random org. Once I find the Firefox. Okay. And while that's going on, I'm going to grab a couple sheets of paper and a couple of envelopes. Get your numbers in. I'm giggling. Somebody's going to win them. It's just a spur of the moment giveaway here. This needs to come down a little bit more. Oh, I'm messing them up, aren't I? I just want to be able to drop these in the mail. I will send international if you're international and want to play. Put in a number. Because all I have to do is pop his... I got some international stamps. Just have to pop an international stamp on him. And if you're in the Fib Diggity Creator group and think, oh, I'm going to get one anyway, go ahead and play because you can't have too many stickers. All right. All right. I'm going to put in the stop. Hi, Beth Schuler. It's good to see you. I've been thinking about you. How are you doing, my lady? I've been so crazy busy. Haven't seen you for such a long time. I'm going to put in the stop. 10, 9, 8, 7. If you don't have a number, put it in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right. So, we're playing for these little group of 5 stickers, just a little freebie. I have enough of my own. And these are ones that I'm going to mail out with cards. And the larger stickers to the Fib Diggity Creators group, these are leftovers. So let's just share them, huh? Shall we just share them? I want to do the random org sequence generator here. And I'm right there. And it is set for 1 to 100. And I think I have the other phone where I can adjust the lighting. And those are all my notifications. Let me stand up. 1 to 100. 1 to 100. And this is the sequence number generator. Is it the... Wait a minute. Here it is. It's way down here. They put in something else. Generate your own personal randomizer. Part 4 is go. Get sequence. 84 and 17. 84 and 17. Who's closest to 84 without going over? 84 and 17. Oh, look, Angie got it right on the nose. Angie got 17. Angie, I do have your address. Who's closest to 84? 17, 30. I see Brooke down there, but it's after the Brooke Lawrence. Oh, Belinda. Belinda Smith had 78. And I do think I have Belinda's address too. Belinda Smith, would you guys agree with me? Am I seeing right? Yes. Thank you, Joyce. Belinda. And welcome in, Brooke. It's nice to have you join us. What did she have? 78. Make sure I have this right here. 78, Belinda. I always want to call Belinda Brenda. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to pop them in here. It's good to see you guys. We'll put this with the other mail. They'll go out tomorrow if I'm fast enough. I think I will be because we'll be here for a while tomorrow. I'll have time to. So I'm going to write Belinda on here. They're both the same. Belinda Smith and Angie Brown. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you for helping me pass along some of this extra. And if you're in the Fid Diggity Creator group, you'll get a card and a large sticker and a small sticker. And I'm hoping to get them out tomorrow. And this one goes to Angie Brown. Yay! How about doing some Inktober? I'm going to share with you. I started Inktober, and then I changed my path. And then I had to catch up, but I'm all caught up to today. This one goes to Angie Brown. There we go. Thanks for playing, ladies. You're very welcome, Angie. Hi, Allie K. Did I just miss a giveaway? Yes, you did. But you're going to get a card, Allie. I'm doing these mini haha stickers. And you'll get a card with the large sticker on the front. And then you'll get a large sticker and a small sticker in a tuck-in. And you'll get a small sticker on the envelope that you can take off. So I hope to get all of these out in the mail tomorrow. I'm hoping. So I'll put this with those other envelopes in my safe spot. And this will come over here. And we're going to work on Inktober a little. I want to show you what I've been doing. I'll show you how I started and then how I changed it. I've been working in this composition book. And is my camera crooked? My camera's crooked. And I've been using the glass ink pens. Here, let me straighten out my camera. Bumped it, I think, when I got up. See, I think it needs to come. I just have not figured this thing out yet. There, is that better? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Uh-oh. It's still crooked. No, I'm still adjusting it on my tablet. That's as good as it's gonna get. Okay. We'll open this in a minute. I started out, I'm using the glass ink pen, and I'm really just trying to get the feel of it, because I never really have done the glass ink pens before, the glass dip pens. And so this was how I started out for day one, on my very first day, and I just did some lowercase and scribbling. Here I did some cross-hatching around one of the stickers, and then I played with it on a piece of distressed paper, and I think this was a piece of ledger paper I had. So that's as far as I got. Oh, then I did play with it on some nice parchment paper here. And again, I was just playing with, and I did a sketch. That's supposed to be Charles Dickens, but it's not a very good sketch. And I did a tree and a quote. Every leaf speaks bliss to me, fluttering from the autumn tree. I was playing with sketching. And I was playing with the letters here, A and B. And this one's blank. I'm going to keep that one out. So that's how I started. And then I got distracted and didn't get much done, and I had to pick it up again. I'm using this as when I clean my pen. I do this when I go urban sketching and I have watercolor and I clean my brush off on a piece of paper. So this makes good background. This makes good background. So what I'm doing, I follow a site that's a scripture writing site on YouTube, and oh, I can't remember the name for love nor money. I'll share the link after the stream. I'll put the link in the description box. But you write a verse a day. Well, I had to catch up. So I started again on day one, and then I kind of wrote what I was going to do in here, just in my longhand. And I started out with Psalm 100 because it's a psalm of thanksgiving. And I just copied the entire psalm, and that took me to day 2. And then on day 3, I did John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. There's something comforting to me about knowing that God knows us. He knows us. You know, we're no stranger to him. Psalm 32:8. This verse, right after I became a Christian, I accepted the Lord my freshman year at the university. I was 18 or 19 years old, and the very first verse that I claimed for my personal life was Psalm 32:8, and it says, I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will guide you with my eye upon you. I was really needing guidance. I was a freshman at the university, and that verse still speaks to me. It's not really a lifetime verse, but it is a verse that means a lot to me. And Psalm 32:11, be glad in the Lord. And so I just have copied cleared through. These are all verses. I think what I did is I went back because one of my favorite chapters in the Bible is Genesis 1, because it's the creation story, and God is an artist, and he created the earth. And so I started writing out, and I'm not done. I've been writing some of my thoughts in the margins there. I got clear over to day 14 and to verse, day 13, verse 8. And I think that was the end of day 2 of creation. And I'm not going to read it all to you. You can go read Genesis 1. But I'll tell you, I learned how to spell Genesis. Genesis. I was always forgetting that E. So when I got to day 14, I noticed that there were letters when I'm doing my writing that I go, now how do I do that? So what I'm doing here is these letters that I've seen a lot in these verses. You know, I like the P for some. I don't have the P on there. I should put the P in there. But the B, let's see, the A, the G, the S, the M, the T, the H, the L, and I'm going to insert the P here. And so what I'm doing is I've got a script alphabet. I've got 2 that I brought down from the internet, and I've been practicing. I started out with the A, and I'm doing it in 2 styles. This is one of the styles, and here I've been practicing, and this is the other style over here. So I've been practicing clear over to day 18, which was yesterday, and I've been practicing both styles of the A. So what I thought I would do, did I have the B on there? No, the next one is G. So what I thought I would do is for today, 19, I would do a G in both styles. And what I'm using is, I got this several months ago. It's Axarte, A-X-E-A-R-T-E. It's a glass pen ink set that I got off the internet. It's fairly cheap. I'm going to keep those out. It's fairly cheap. And I think I've been using this pen. And yeah, I'm only using one nib. But what I'm doing more or less is just getting my hand used to writing with the glass dip pen. And I'm finding that, like I did some with the red and the not the yellow, I think it was the red. I'm finding that I'm having to dip my pen a lot more. So let's see, what color is this down here? This is, well, that's also kind of a reddish brown. It's hard for me to see these colors. I think I just prefer the black, which I'm going to go to here. And my brother has a VA appointment tomorrow. I'm going to have him stop at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to pick up some more calligraphy ink. And I figure once I use one of these, I can put more ink in there. And I saw, I'm going to put this back up on top. I saw a video when I first got interested in this, that the lady collected little small perfume bottles, and she would put her ink in those small perfume bottles. Now, I don't know if I'll do that, but I don't like the size of these bottles. I tend to knock these things over. And I need some water. Water. I need water. And I've got... So that's what I've been doing for Inktober this year. And it's holding my interest. I might even finish it. I'm up to date with it. So we'll see if I can stay current. And I thought that I would also try to do some more sketching. And on here, when I was working on these A's, one of the things that I noticed, what I've been working on is doing a nice flow. When you learn the strokes and how they go here, and after you do this several times, you learn them. And I might do a page of A's here on the back of here, just practice my A's again. But I was thinking, well, I was actually working on this page. And when I got over to here, my hand tended to hit the margin here. And I was thinking that it would be easier to do it on single sheets, because you have that flow without hitting something. So after I do all my practicing, I might do some, maybe even some quotes on single sheets, just for the fun of it. But that's in the future, if I get there. If I get to the future. All right. And then what I need to do is I'm going to practice these two A's again on, this will be the 19th. And let me open this up. And I got this little, you can't see, well, you can see the very edge of it here. It's a sticky mat. And if you buy these sticky mats, and if they get dusty or dirty and gather dust, you can wash them off and they'll get sticky again. And I didn't realize that, and the gal that teaches, I learned about these sticky mats from the tatting instructor. And she said, oh, I just wash mine. And I said, do they keep their stickiness? Yep, they keep their stickiness. In fact, they get stickier when you wash them. So, and I tried that, and this one's really sticky. It will hold my bottle still. And I will probably get ink on my hands. And I take this cap off, and I put it in this cap, and I put that over on the mat, and then I put my ink bottle on that mat, and it holds it pretty good. All right, now let me put some of this stuff up above so I have room. I brought my scissors in here. So I thought too I would do some drawing and maybe an alphabet on the large sheets, just on the separate sheets, to see how that goes. All right, I feel pretty good there. And this little thing is to rest your pen on, although I find I don't use it a whole lot. And let me get my phone out that has the ABCs that I'm using. And let me sign in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh. All right, this is the random org thing. I need to go out to my files and images, and here's the A. This is one of the A's that we're using, and where's the other one? Is the other one in here? Oh, hold it. No. That's a receipt. The other one is one of these. I think it's this one. Yeah. Whoops. I got out of it. And I'm going to snip it here. I'm going to edit it and snip it so I have a good view of it. Save that. And let's do the G while we're at it, because I'm going to do the G. Did it get out? Did it? No, that's not it. That's not it. What did I do with it? Well, I guess we won't do the G of that one tonight. Because I lost it. Oh, it might be in my screen print. Hold on. Images. Here. Gallery. Nope, that's not it. Now I lost the thing. We'll just do the A and that other A. Sheesh, Mary. Images. This A and this A. I'm going to practice them just once. Gallery. Come on, Mary. There. All right, we'll start with this one. And let me look at chat here. Chat filter, all messages. Who popped in? I see Joyce out there. Joyce says, Cynthia. It was in August, but thanks. My son bought me 3 old, beautiful glass perfume bottles for my birthday. Oh, wow. How cool is that, Joyce? Happy birthday. It was in August, but thanks. Happy birthday belated, Joyce. Belinda says, thank you very much. You're very welcome, Belinda. Let's see. Angie says, hi, Allie and Brooke. Brooke, which Brooke popped in? Did I miss saying hello to which Brooke popped in? Belinda Smith. I appreciate it when you say hello to folks, because sometimes I don't see them. I still don't see Brooke. I see Belinda, Cynthia, Belinda, Joyce, Angie, Brenda D. Welcome in. Did I miss saying hello to you? There's, oh yeah, Brooke Lawrence. I did say hello to you. Welcome in, everybody. All right. So what you do is, first I'm just going to document that this is Inktober 2025. And I just do that right up here in the, and you dip your pen in the ink. And you can't see me dipping it, but you kind of knock the ink off of your nib a little, just a little. And I need to move this back a little. And I just do hashtag Inktober. And I'm not trying to do beautiful calligraphy when I do this. I'm just printing it. And this would be day 19. And then I put October 19, 20, 25. And down here, I'm going to put in practice And then if you find your pen is losing a little ink, you twirl it, because this glass pen has little swirls on it that hold the ink. And when you twirl it, it twirls the ink down toward the nib, down to the point. Practice 2 styles of script. Uppercase A. And this is just printed. Now, I still got ink on here, but I'm going to dip it. The first style I'm going to do is this one. And I'm working on getting that smooth stroke down. And if you can get that without hesitating as you go down, then you get a nice smooth line. And with the dip pen, to get these bold lines, you have to draw them in, because it's glass and your nib is not flexible. So I find that writing with this, I probably would not do fancy dancy script like this. I did practice at one point in here just doing, where did I do that? Down here. Just doing it where I did not, on these I drew in the bold, and on these down here I did not draw in the bold. So if I were writing and wanted to do an uppercase A, and if I was writing a note or something, and just, working along, and I wanted an uppercase A, if I didn't want to go back and draw it in, I would probably just do something like this. But because your nib is not flexible, all right, I'm going to dip my pen and get ink on it. And I'm working on getting that smooth line. And because I haven't done this since, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before I did this. Okay. So I come down this way and around. Now see, I know right away I did not do good there. But I'm going to leave it as it is. And then you come down this way, and I'm going to match my, I did not get down, clear down to the line here, but I'm going to match it on both sides. And then I start here, and then I come around this way, and I meet that line. And that's really all there is to it. Now, if you want the bold, you have to draw in the bold. So I probably would not do a lot of this if I were writing. If I was doing a certificate or something like that, I might, where you would sit and fiddle with it, I might do something like that. Let's see if I can do better. Let's see if I can, because this, I haven't done that. You have to kind of review if you haven't done it for, I'm just a beginner. You come down, you come clear down to that line and around, and you make a dot. And I did not draw in. This line actually is bold in here. And see, I should have allowed more for my bold there. In here, I don't have. So I'll be more cognizant of that. Okay, so now I'm going to come down this way and come clear down to the line and do a little. Now, I want to pull this line away from that other line because I'm going to draw in my bold. And when I said away, I mean I'm giving it space in there. All right, so I'm going to draw in the bold here. And it looks like I got an extra line from behind, from the other side there, but that's okay. I'm just practicing. And then I want to draw in bold on this line because it is a downstroke here. And then there's kind of a downstroke going on here. So I'm just practicing this. And if I choose two that I like, you know, I can learn others along the way, but I want to choose these 2 alphabets for, and I might have to go out and get that other one. All right. Whoops. See, I did not do a smooth line in there. I kind of got it wiggly. And come do my bold. But I'm not convinced that this, the bold for this style, for the dip pen, I like to just print with it. I did some printing when I was doing those verses. Right here. I just printed, and I found that to be very comfortable. And you could write too, but not with drawn in all the bold stuff. So my Inktober is, and I probably don't need to dip this again, but I'm going to. My Inktober is going to be glass dip pen, and I'm just going to, see, I get more comfortable the more I'm on my 4th practice, and I did that line a lot smoother. Now let's see if I can continue it. Smooth. Whoops, I went down a little under the line, but that's okay. And there. Now I did that a little better than my other one. And then we draw in the bold here. I am drawing in, let's put a period or a dot there. And I find when I draw in my, I sketchy sketch rather than, you know, draw them in real nice and neat. I tend to sketchy them in. So Inktober does not have to be, it can be, drawing pictures with your pens and everything, but this is pen and ink. This is Inktober. Oops, I got a little small there. But see, I'm hitting with my hand, I'm hitting this inner gutter here. And it's wanting to guide my hand in ways that I don't want it to. So when you work on a flat piece of paper, you know, your hand is moving smoother. But whoops. Let's color that in. And I'm going to do one more here. And I don't like having to draw in these bold areas. My pen needs a twirl. And the more you do this, and remember those, get those strokes down there, remember those strokes. And I'm practicing them, and then I'm going to go back and write some of those verses over again. So there's that one, that alphabet, A. Let's go to the other style, which is here somewhere. Now, hold on. Let's go to images. This one. Come on. And this one is a whole different style because you do this line and then this line, you have a line going up there, and then you have this little swirly line. So what I've been doing is doing this stroke first, and then doing this one, which kind of follows the curvature there, but notice it curves inward there. It doesn't come back this way. And so it curves in there, and then it has one thin line there for the bar, and then it has a thin line that comes down and loops around there. And it's pretty fancy. So let's see if I can do that. I'm going to use the same color ink. I'm not going to bother with. So this is a pretty long letter, so you have to allow for space. So I'm going to start right about here, and I'm just going to swoop down and around and do my little period. And now at this point you can either draw it in, or you can come in and do that second swoop. And he kind of comes like that. And now you can draw this in, which I might make this come down a little more, and then draw this in. And draw. And again, the reason I'm drawing it in is because with a glass dip pen, you don't have the flexibility in the nib. It's glass, it doesn't bend, to do the bowed lines. And so this style of alphabet probably is not that conducive to a glass dip pen, but it's still fun to experiment with it. But Sylvia did share with me a video where the lady was doing bold, and she went back in and kind of drew in the bold lines. And then it has just one line going this way. It's not bad for my first attempt for today. And I won't get as many on here because look, this is almost 1.5 the size of 2 of these. So I'm going to dip my pen again. Now let's see if I can do a little bit more relaxed on here. If you can get that stroke, now see how I hesitated in there? I didn't have a nice stroke. And you can just sit here and do those strokes. Maybe I'll do that next. Just do the strokes. And then just fill this in. And fill this in. And then we got to do another kind of a nice, I'm trying to see, I got too close over there. I need to practice that stroke too. And if you go fast and have control where you're going, it makes a lot nicer. It makes a lot nicer letter. But I'm not confident enough yet to go fast. That one's not bad. Got a little wiggly in there, but I can color that in. And so my goal for Inktober is just to practice using the pens here. Yeah, I went up a little on that. You need to keep them even with the, well, I guess I went up a little there too. I don't know if I can get 2 more on here. I think I'll just try 1 more. I'm going to come over here. And it's really hard for me to do a smooth line with this margin here. But I'm going to try it. Not too bad. And then he follows suit. And let's draw in the bold lines. Now, this line there is from behind. but I'm going to make him there just to, just because he's there. All right, now it's this line too that needs, see, I just, yeah. He's not perfect. Whoops. And I don't think I can get another, well, I might be able to, hold on. Control my pen a little. See, and when I come down here, I hesitated right in there when I did my curve, and you can see the hesitation in there. So that's kind of what I'm working on, is just getting smooth lines. And I suppose after you do this 15 million times, it becomes second nature. And I could see this being done with a dip pen. Oops. I forgot how I was doing. I was coming this way. The dip pen would be more workable for this. Okay, so right here on the bottom, what I'm going to do is practice those strokes. And let's move this out of the way. So I'm just going to see it. I didn't get to clear down. There, I did. So I just want to practice. Yeah, I'm just not. And I'm hitting the margin there, and it's causing me to, it's causing my hand to go places I don't want it to go. Let's go over here. And I'm going to continue on day 19 here. And I'm just going to practice some strokes here. But let me come out and look at chat. Let's see, this is day 19. And I might do tomorrow's tonight because we're going to be busy tomorrow. And I'll be caught up with it. Now I'm going to turn my pen so I get more ink that drain down to the tip. October 19th, 2025. And I'm going to say practice. Uppercase. A. Whoops. Running out of ink. A. Strokes. Yeah, I'm going to have to dip my pen. And I don't mind if the pen soaks through, because I'm just practicing. So the letters that I picked are letters that I see that when I was writing these verses that I needed to practice. The M, the G, the P, the L, what was the other one? A, G, S, M, T, H, L, P. Eggs, Mathelp. All right, let me look at chat. Let me refresh my chat. Chat filter. Oh, chat filter. All messages. Angie says, how do you stop that sponsor ad thing popping up? I don't think you can stop it. I think it's going to be out there, Angie. I'm going to look, but I think it's going to happen. The way I understand, I have not looked at my controls yet, and I don't see anything where when I sign on my mobile to where I control the ads. So I might have to go out to my studio area and see if I can control it there. But hearing the tatting instructor talk about it, she could set the intervals of time that, like, I think she said they'd show up every 18 minutes. I think that's what she said hers for. So I don't think that we're able to stop it, Angie. And just think, YouTube, thank YouTube for letting us have this forum for free. Otherwise, they would have to be charging us, and I couldn't afford it. Ustream charged the content when Dee Dee and all the gals who came over from Ustream, they came over because Ustream was charging them like $600 a year to stream. And we get to do it for free. So when you see those annoying ads, just remember that we have a free platform and the advertising is what's paying for it. So that's how I look at it, because you got to stay positive, even though they're annoying. I know they're annoying. Angie says, where'd you all go? Brenda D says, I'm here, Angie. Chat has left the chat. They sure have. Oh, well, you know, Angie, people get busy on Sunday nights too. I appreciate you guys coming in, and yeah, I understand. I understand, because I don't get to all the chats. You know, I try, and I try to watch replays, but people have lives. So, Joyce says, I don't know how I did it, but YouTube asked me to turn the ads back on. Oh, really? You turned them off and they said turn them back on? Oh, I know you can dismiss them. Like if I'm watching a video and I see an ad, I can dismiss it. You know, it plays for about 5 seconds, and some I'll watch clear through, especially if it's somebody I want to support. I'll watch clear through. But after it comes to a point to where it shows that little skip button, you can skip it. And if you're on the mobile phone, if you're on mobile, if you're watching an ad, which is not an ad, I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Just say this was an ad and it played through and I skipped it and I'm back in my video. And this is a video now. And down here, it'll have a little pointer to the ad. And you can either go rewatch the ad or you can dismiss it. There's a little dismiss. It's one of those 3 dots down there on the mobile. I don't know how it is on the desktop. All right, I'm just going to practice some strokes here. I apologize that the ads are so annoying, but I try to keep positive because it's what pays our bills, and it's what allows me to stream and have fun for nothing without having to pay big money or buy my own website and try to figure out all the things that YouTube figures out for me. So I try to stay positive with the ads, and I would encourage you guys to. I know they're annoying, but try to. Right now when I'm talking to you, I got an ad up here for a hoodie plaid loose overcoat. And all I do is I just bop out of it. Sometimes it won't let me bop out, but generally it lets me bop out. Patty says, I'm here, Angie. Sylvia says, woohoo! Look at you. Awesome lettering. Oh, thank you. Sylvia has given me a lot of advice with Sylvia, I changed my, I don't know if you heard the first part of this when I started showing you guys what I was doing, but I changed it. I'm writing scripture verses, and I came to a point to where I picked out the letters that I felt like I needed to practice. The A, the G, the S, the N, the T, the H, the L, and the P. And those are all like G for God and T for then, and thus, and and God saw the light that it was good. So the L is in there too for Lord. So I'm practicing. I picked 2 styles of alphabets, and I'm practicing. I started out with the A, and here's where I'm practicing. And I should go back and pick a verse where the A is a capital A. And God saw the light that it was good. That was verse 4, Genesis 1:4. And God, I think I'll do the G next, and then I'll come back to Genesis 1:4, and I'll write out that and see how I've improved my lettering. But right on this page, I'm going to practice. I'm going to continue practicing these strokes because I want to get them now. On this page, I don't think I'll have as much trouble because I don't have this when I'm writing on this side. My hand wants to hit this inner gutter, but on here I have freedom of movement. And the other thing I've noticed is as I've been talking here, that ink kind of settles in. I don't think it flows down as nice. I'm going to dip this again, but I have, when I was practicing all this other, I had come over and put it on my wipe-off sheet here. And I'll use this for maybe like ATCs or some sort of I could paint some letters on there. So, anyway, let's go back. Let's see. Did I get everybody? Brenda McD. Chat has left the chat. Chat has left. Leave the chat. Yeah. Brenda Smith says she's still here too. I'm just working on some reverse collage painting. That's fun to do, Brenda. Reverse collage is where you take a page that has pictures and text and you paint out, like if I only wanted Inktober to show up here, I would paint all this out and maybe pick 1 or 2 words in here and paint out everything else and then maybe slap a picture on it, but we're not going to do that. This is a practice. There are several styles. Play with the ones you like. Yeah, I'm picking 2. I'm picking 2 styles out there. This style, which is more of a roundy alphabet, and this one, which is more of a fancy-dancy script. And I'm going to do all the letters in these 2 styles. And once I get comfortable with it, then I can learn more styles. But I probably will not do it as consistent as Inktober. I'm up to day 19, Sylvia. I restarted. And what I did I think I did 3 days in my other book. And when I'm done, I'll put them in here. The structure of the letter first. Play with the ones you like. Yes. The Psalms are fun too. The structure of the letter first, then add your flourishes. Just have fun. Yeah, and that's kind of what I did. I started with, when I was practicing, I did this one, and then I came down and did this, and then I went in and filled in all my, and this flourish here, I did that last. But what I'm working on, Sylvia, and you can't see it too well down here. I'm working on just getting that smooth where I'm comfortable just going like, and even that movement of those strokes, that's what I'm working on tonight. Sylvia says, I'm doing correspondence. People like to receive letters in the fall. All right, let's play with some more strokes on this page, and then I'll move on. Well, I kind of wanted to do day 20, but maybe because I'm getting kind of tired. I'm tired of doing the same thing over and over. Okay, so I want to do some strokes. So I'm just going to, like that. And I need to get clear down, so I just want to, whoops, now see, that one squared off on me. And that's why I think working in a book is a little bit more difficult, especially a half of a book. But now if I go slower, now I hesitated in there. And I think I need to be a little more, my line's a little slantier. I lost my picture here. See, my line's a little more slantier than, let's do that again. Only I'm not gonna, well, I just leave one space, I guess. No, I can just do it here. Let's make it slant here. And I want to get so that I'm doing a nice stroke coming down. Those are a little close together. That one, I'm happy with that one. And I think it's just a matter of practicing. Practice, practice, practice. But see, my hand is not comfortable here. I don't like that one. And that one didn't quite go down to the line. It actually looks like a doodle in a way, doesn't it? And I find that when I slow down and draw it, I use more of my fingers to do it rather than my arm. They taught us in penmanship to use your whole arm. But I find in here, when I'm doing this, I tend to want to use my fingers. Yeah, I got into the gutter there. Dip my pen. I tend to want to draw it. And I think that I would tend to want to draw it even if I was using a more flexible dip pen, you know, one of the steel blades, I guess you call them, that have the different size nibs. And I'm not really going to use those in October here. I'm just going to stick with the glass pen. All right, let's do one more line. I should practice this second line and this line too. Maybe I'll make that day 20. Whoops. Now that's interesting because my pen went sideways this way, and so you can get a little bit of a bold mark there, just accidentally. Maybe because of that hump there. My pen did a little bit of a bold there. I just got a few left here. And you could fill several sheets just doing this. I won't do it tonight because I think it would be kind of boring to watch, but I kind of like that, just stroking. Now, I'm going to do another page where I'm practicing this stroke. And maybe I'll do this and do that. So, let's try that. And I'm going to make that day 20. And we'll only do one page on day 20. Day 20 is tomorrow. But I won't have time to do this tomorrow. Hashtag Inktober 2025. Oh, got an ad. Day 20. And then I just put October 20th again. Don't really need to, but I do it anyway. It's good to see you, Sylvia. Did you have a good time at your scrapbook retreat? I think that was last week, wasn't it? We got home from the lake on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I spent almost the entire, well, probably late morning into evening cleaning that oven. So that day was shot. Yesterday was shot. Saturday, well, Friday I streamed. Didn't I stream? Wait. Today is Sunday, right? Yeah, I streamed on Friday. Did I stream Friday morning? I can't remember. I'm not sure that I did. Oh, I did because Carol, I remember. I streamed yesterday. So when I stream in the morning and then the evening, that kind of takes up most of my time. I just have a little time in between where I take a nap and I have a few hours in the afternoon. All right, we're going to practice this stroke. Let me get them out. Get my sample out here. We're going to do this, which I've been practicing on the other page. I'm not going to draw in the bold though. And then I'm going to practice this one. Really, I have to do this one to practice that one. So this one I'm calling the fancy dancy one. And I should practice some print ones too, but all right. So we're going to come down and around. And on this one, we actually come down and around this way. Now when you draw in the bold, maybe I will draw in the bold just to fancy it up a little. Like that. This needs a dot. Let's try that again. I don't like having to draw in the bold. All right, then you come down and around. And this one gets drawn in. Whoops, that's a little fat. Yeah. When I have a fully loaded nib, I find my lines go smoother. So this is just practice. Got a little close there. Let's try one more. You're working in a book, it's a little bit, the page, the bends in the page and the bumps and everything want to guide your pen. That's too fat. All right, let's try it again over here. So the more you do it, the more comfortable, because you're learning those strokes. And then you'll forget them all tomorrow. But you know, just think about when you learned the ABCs in grammar school. How many times did you practice your ABCs? I don't know. How many times did we have to practice them? I think kids learn faster, though. I don't remember doing pages and pages and pages of ABCs. I guess an elementary teacher. Got any elementary teachers in here who could say how long does it take a child in kindergarten, first grade to learn how to write their well, I don't think they teach script anymore. They may, some schools might. I saw on YouTube where they were advertising a little template to where the kids would, it was engraved and the kids would follow the letters to learn how to print and it was a print. It was to print. It wasn't even script. And I'm getting way too big in here. Let's make this one a little smaller. And then it comes down. Whoops. I goofed on that one. I'm going to stop on him. Let's fill this page and then I will quit. We'll move on to something else. So if you got a composition book laying around, here's for it. Whoops. Got a little scribbly in there. And I can't decide whether it's better to go slow or to go fast. Because when I go fast, I think my lines are smoother. But when I go slow, I'm more on point as to what I'm doing. Yeah. Got something sticking through there. One more here. Yeah, that wasn't very pretty. One more line. It's fun to practice them. And this last stroke here, that's not hard because you've learned that movement from this stroke. It's just another mimicking it. kind of liking that. I could see this being good practice to make flourishes. No, that's a little scratchy. We'll just do one more. I don't think I quite have the drawing, the bold in there good, but that's okay. We're not gonna fret about it after I do it 10 million times. All right, now we're going to call that day 20. It's kind of pretty. It's kind of pretty in its own way. Now what I want to do is take and wash off my pen. And this, even though it looks black, it washes off as blue. So, and what I've been doing is just taking and squirting water on this rather than dipping it in water. And then I'll clean it with my towel. This is mine. I should throw that one away. That one I used, I think, to blow my nose. I'm not sure, but when you're not sure, don't reuse it. Oh, well, it's kind of soaked in there. That's okay. We'll blot it here. Make sure I get it nice and clean. I think that's good. And then I just let this dry. And what I'm going to call that Inktober through tomorrow. And let's put things away. Oh. And see, I barely used this little guy here. Barely used him. I had the pen in my hand most of the time. Put that there. Take my phone off. Put my water away. And I guess I'm gonna need a towel. So I don't like to handle this with my hands. Because it gets yucky. Come on. I understand why they put it there, so that the ink doesn't leak out. But it sure gets your hands messy sometimes. And that goes back in here. This is a nice little kit. I think it's about $20, which is very reasonable. It's Xarte, Axearte. You can get it on Amazon. I would like a different design in the bottles, but hey, for $20, I'll take it. Let's put that towel there. And so here's my Inktober writing. Practicing my A's now. So Tuesday I'll practice, or when I work on day 21, which will be Tuesday, I'll start practicing the G's. Now I think the G's, let me go out and look here, but let's put this away first. The G's, I think once I learn the basic strokes, where's that other book? This book goes with it. This is what I started out doing the other day. Well, my very first one. Then I'm going to take this and put in here after I get that other one filled up. I kind of like this page, but I keep them together. And, well, keep this together. Now I got that water out and I didn't even use it. I tend to wash my pens with the, let's dump it before I spill it. It's just a swallow of water, but it's there for in case I need it. All right, put this behind me. And what I thought I'd do tonight, let's see, I'll come out and chat first. Let me put this behind me here. Let me get a drink of water. I'm thirsty. I ate an early supper. Around 4, I had cauliflower and broccoli. I like to steam it. I like to steam it, but I put salt and pepper on it and makes me thirsty. That may refresh my chat. We'll put Penelope out here to keep us company. We're going to do a new outfit for Penelope. We should give her an outfit every season. Maybe we'll start designing a Christmas outfit for Penelope. Let me do the chat filter. And chat filter all messages. And let's see. Stephanie is here. Karen K. Hi, Karen. Welcome in. Beth Schuler is here. Beth Schuler says, I got a set like that. You do? Have you been using it? What do you think of the glass dip pen, Beth? I'm deciding. I just want to play with it oh, you know, just to get used to it. Karen popped in. Karen K. Beth Schuler. Stephanie. Juju. Hi, Juju. Welcome in, Miss Juju. Somebody said, there she is. No. Somebody said hello to Juju. I haven't seen her yet, but hi, Juju. Goldie says, I'm back from supper too. Hi, Allie, Sylvia, Patty, and anyone else who came in while I was gone. Sylvia says, all my journals and our zine. Let's see, what did Sylvia say? I made copies of that gorgeous gargoyle you drew. Oh, that's a stamp. I should do some more for my September ones. Where's that, my gargoyle stamp? Where's he at? That's a stamp. And what I did is I stamped him, and then I took a picture of him with my phone, and then I brought it into my phone graphic app and cleaned up all these lines, made them really dark. It makes a difference. But I could print some more off and throw them in the November kit. And you're free to make copies of those, Sylvia, if you want. You're certainly free to use them however you want. Angie says, Angie napped all day. Good for you, Angie. You've been enjoying the stickers, the owl and the cat? And they're the small ones. I have digital copies that are the larger ones, and I should throw those in the November too. I have to be careful that I don't get my envelopes too fat. Becky gave me a link, and I put it in my I put it in my save on Amazon because I wasn't ready to order it financially, of the little slits that you can measure before you take your envelopes to the post office to make sure they fit through. I'm trying to be good this month. You may not get the neat things, but you'll get flat stuff. I'll do as much as I can. Sylvia says she got a lot done. The structure of the letter first. She says, I'm doing correspondence. People like to receive letters in the fall. I got a lot done. Okay. I think I'm caught up with chat. They're saying hello to Beth and Juju. Beth said, I've had it out. I haven't had it out for a while. Yeah, that's kind of like me. I got that ink set several months ago. What I want to do is there a needle in there? Yeah. A needle, the needle threader, and the scissors. Now, you may think, oh gosh, it's going to be boring, but it won't be boring because I'm only going to do rings. And I want to throw these in the little tap rings in the, and I should put a white paper down. I have a white paper here so you guys can see. Kind of see it. And this is a little under a yard, but I think I can do one ring on it. And I'm just going to throw in little, they're kind of orange. I wanted to do butterflies, but I didn't get this thread in time, and I want to get my packages sent off next week. So I'm just going to make some little rings. I have to make 20 of them. So 1, 2, 3, and this 4. This is what you call a true ring. You're tatting off of the ball, and I've threaded my needle here, and I'm tatting it here on the opposite end of the thread that's closest to my point of my needle. And I've done 4 stitches, and then I want to do a Picasso. And these will be simple little tats, that they'll be something you can just glue onto your page. They'll just be simple little rings. They won't be, I'd like to do butterflies, but this is 2. I just have to have, it takes me about a half an hour to do a butterfly, and when I do 21 of them, it'll take me about 10 hours. And I don't have 10 hours of free time. I think I have to do another one. I lost count, but if I get an extra one in there, it won't hurt. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just doing 4 stitches between the Picasso, and I have 2 Picassos on there now. I should zoom in so you guys can see it better. Let me zoom in just a little. I have to do another Picasso and 4 more stitches, and then I can pull the ring tight. And they'll just be little rings, but they'll be small enough that you can put them in your zine. Maybe just a decorative element. 1. I'm going to put them in the 2 in the November pack that I'm shooting to get out next week. I mean, not next week, this coming week. All right, so I have 3 Picassos and 4 sets of 4 double stitches. And then I'm going to put my needle, see my 3 fingers here? I'm putting my needle there, and I'm pretending like that needle is going through the space between my index and my little finger. And so that'll catch this thread on my little finger, and then this other thread that's over here hanging, he has to get out of the way because I don't want him tangled up in there. I kind of pull him, gotta find him first. Here he is. I kind of pull him out of the way, put my needle there, and then when I pull this off of pull the thread down, and you're pulling it off of the needle onto this thread, so you're pulling your needle through the double stitches, and since this is a true ring, it does not have to have a knot, but since I'm making, let me pull the ring and I'll show you. So here's my thread here. I got my little finger in there, and I have that thread wrapped around my little finger so that if this is small enough, it doesn't tangle too much, but if there's a lot of thread on your needle, it can get pretty tangly, and that prevents it from getting too tangled. Now, I don't need to do that. Let me come back, because this is a true ring. Oh yeah, I do have to go through this. I'm sorry. I don't have to tie the knots, what I'm saying. I have to go through this to pull it shut. I told you I forget a lot. And you pull it off, you pull it through, and I might have pulled that wrong. Let's see, I have it twisted in there. Let me untwist this. Let me put this back through. There. It just goes through like that. And then you just pull it closed. Pull, 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 pull. And make sure your picots are like you want them. And you pull this closed. Pull it closed. Now, there are different ways to tap these rings, but this is a true ring, and I'll show you again why. But when you do a true ring, you really don't have to tie a knot with these two, because this will generally stay closed here. On what they call a self-closing mock ring, you have to tie a knot there. But I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot here because I'm sending these off and I don't want them to work loose. So I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to flip it and tie a knot there. Just you really don't need to. You can, but you don't need to. But I'm doing it as a secure measure because I'm not doing any more tatting on this. And there's my little ring. And let me cut it. And I'm going to leave a fair amount of thread here. And whoever uses this can cut off the thread however, you know, like they could tie it up, put it on a tag, they could glue it on a picture, they could tie a bow there if they wanted. But let me hold it up to the phone so you can see it better. There's my tatted ring. It's kind of hard to see, a lot of shadows. The lighting in here is not that great. There it is. There's Katia. Katia is the tatting instructor. I have learned so much from Katia. Katia, I'm still learning. I haven't tatted in a while, and I was making butterflies this afternoon. I'm going, oh, I forgot to join. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot that. But finally, I got one butterfly done. And I'm making these, I'm just going to send these little rings off in the kits for the Bird Journal for November. And I'm just going to send them one little ring. They can attach it to their page somewhere if they want. If I had time, I would make 21 butterflies, but I don't have time to make 20. It takes me about a half an hour to make a butterfly. And I just don't have 10 hours to. Now, I don't think I have enough thread on here to do another ring. But I saved this. either for tassels or for slow stitch. Probably for a tassel, because by the time you thread a needle, well, you could do some slow stitching with it, but all right. And Katia is the one that I've learned the true rings from, because I never did true rings before. I never did much at all before I met Katia. And I allow, well, a yard is probably more than you need for a ring, but I don't mind having a little extra. I don't mind having a little extra to cut off for just one ring. And I'm going to do 21 of these, and I already had my needle threaded when I came in. I got to stop and thread my needle again here. And Katia, if you're listening, when you teach on Wednesday, I think you're going to teach the true ring, aren't you? If you do, whenever you teach the true ring, I was trying to do, I did this, and then I was trying to do a split ring, and when I went to turn it, it wasn't working for me. I was not doing a chain between, I was just doing the split ring right up on top of this one. And I did something wrong. I don't know if you can do a split ring without doing a chain or another. I don't know. But when I turned it and I pulled the thread out, and it wasn't working for me. But I didn't have time to think about it. What did I do wrong? So if you could demo, if it's possible to do that, a true ring and then a split ring on top of it. That's a request. Okay, so true ring, you usually work off of the ball. And if you're doing more than one ring, you have to have a lot of thread, but I'm only doing one ring, so I've only got about a yard of thread here. And usually when you're working on the ball, just say that this thread was connected on the ball, you'd start your tatting your ring somewhere down in here when you're working off of the ball. But we're not working off the ball, we're working off of the cut end down here. So I leave a little space down there, which is what Katia says to do. And she calls herself Katia, but here in America we call her Katia. And you don't work to the short end, you work from the short end, the end opposite of your eye of your needle, but you don't work this way because you don't have much thread left. You position your thread so you're working back toward the eye of your needle. This becomes a tail thread here. So all of this in your loop here is what you're tatting on. And it's called a true ring. And when you get to this point here, you really don't need to tie that knot. With a true ring, if you were doing a doily, you would probably not need to tie the knot. But since I'm sending these off, I tied a knot at the end of that just to secure it a little bit more. All right, and I'm doing something real simple. I'm just doing 4 double stitches. 1, 2, and I'm not teaching the double stitch. I'm just showing you the double stitch. And Katia does, when I watch her, I follow this point where she goes under here, but when she does this part here, she comes in more in here than I do. I usually come back on the back of my finger here. And I had to adjust my looking. All right, there's 4 double stitches, and then I do 1 picot. I do 1 picot. And I should use the picot gauge, but for these, I'm just kind of saying, here it is. So here's the first of the next set of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have needed a little bit more thread here, but I think I can get a ring out of this. And then I'm doing my second picot here. Whoops. So 1, 2, and a double stitch 3 is actually 2 half stitches. You come, this is the first half, you wrap your thread over your index finger and go under with your needle and pull it off on your needle. And then on the second half, you come behind your needle and pull it on there. I think that was 4. And I've got 2 picots on there, so I need my last picot. And when I'm doing these mostly for fun, I don't use a picot gauge. I still haven't trained myself to get that picot gauge out. You probably should, especially if you want your picots nice and even. Mine are almost even. This one's a little larger, but they're pretty good. All right, so I've got 3 picots. Do I need another? I think I need another double stitch here. I'm going to put another one on there. And then I'm going to pull it off again. Now my thread's getting kind of twisty down here. It's kind of twisty, and I pulled it. Yeah, it's twisty. I pulled it out of the eye of my needle because it was twisty. I twisted it right off of my needle. Let me thread it again. And I have to have the needle threader. Katia can thread the needles without a needle threader. I envy that, but my eyes are getting old. And sometimes I can't even see where to put the needle threader. There we go. And I need my thread here. Get that one out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, I pulled my needle off of the... Hold it, let's get that guy out of the way. I unthreaded him. Let's try this again, Meri. My lighting's not good in this room. But let me tell you, I was out in the kitchen in front of the west window this afternoon where there was lots of bright light, but I still had trouble. All right, let me grab this. Put it through. And I don't have good lighting in here, so if I'm struggling, that's why. Put it in there. Pull it through. And I'm using a size 5 needle, size 10 thread. So it's going in there pretty easy. Now, get this one out of the way. Now my thread's not as twisty. And I'm going to put my needle between my rest of my 3 fingers, and it comes between my little finger and my index finger. And I kind of pull all that down, and I just pretend that I'm stitching through there. And your thread is coming from the eye of your needle here and up to the point to where you stopped stitching. And you just kind of pull it off. I don't want to unthread my needle here. Pull it off of your needle. Pull it onto your thread off of the needle. And it starts forming a ring. And you can see how that thread flipped over there. And sometimes when I'm doing this by myself, I can see it come over my thumb and over that way. It's a little hard in here, and I want to make sure that this little tail is out of the way. He's getting in the way here. Get out of there. There we go. And you just pull it closed, and he closes up so nice. Now again, when you're doing the true ring, you really don't need to tie a knot after you close your ring. But I'm doing that because I'm sending these off in a little kit to be used in the journals or however they want to use them. And I want to make sure that it's not going to open up, because you can sit there and pull this apart if you want. But generally, they don't pull apart for true ring. And then I'm going to turn it. And it's easier for me to tie the knot if I've turned it. And I'm going to take my little tail thread over that way. And go over. I don't have much of a tail thread here to work with. Over and under. And pull it through. Do I have it? Did I get it? I didn't get it here. Sometimes it's easier if I just unthread my needle and do it this way. Sometimes it's just easier. And again, you don't really need to tie a knot on the true ring, but I am for security. And tie it down. There we go. Now I got 2 out of 21 done. And I won't do any more tonight. I mean, I'll do some more tonight after the stream, but I won't do any more in front of you guys. I just wanted to show you. And these are going to go in just one. And you see they're not the same size, but they're going in different kits, so it doesn't matter. This one's a little smaller. I pulled it tighter. And I'm just going to slip them in the little, I'll have a little plastic baggie. And I'll slip them in there with some other stuff. So I'm going to set those. I think I'm going to put them in. And I got this idea from Katia, using an eyeglass case to keep my needles and things in. I'm going to put my needle. Let's see, I got some crochet hooks. Got some extra thread here. I got a thinner tatting needle here. I'm going to put my needle on here just for demonstration purposes. Put my needle on there. This is a size 7 and this is a size 5, I believe. And this I just keep in there to, and I got some crochet hooks down there. And I'm going to put these in here just for safekeeping. And I've got some extra thread hanging. I have a little snipper here and my needles and my needle threader. And I learned that from Katia. Oh, oops, I forgot my, here, let me open this up again. Open it up and put my thread in there. And was that cotton in there? I think I had this cotton piece in there, because let's just put it in there. Whoops. You're being stubborn. Put it over here. Put this in here. Like that. And then I have a little bowl, an Angie bowl, to keep this in, except I got my stamps in my Angie bowl. What time is it? It's 8:19. I am getting ready to send out the November kit, so I've worked all afternoon on, let me turn around here. I want to find out what I did with them. Hold on. Where did I put them? I had them out here. Where did I put them? Did I put them across? No, I must have put them up above. Hold on. Here they are. These, what you're seeing here, are corn husk dolls. And when I did the member stream that went public, last week when I was out at the lake. I had a, because I was in a different setup, I had to sign on 4 times, and I forgot to make the last one a member video, so it went public. And Allie K keeps track of me who attends the streams, and last week we had, this is the 10/13, so that's last week. And we had some new members. We had some public members. Now, I've already got these done. So I think I needed 3 more, because I'm making postcards out of these. I don't have a postcard to show you. But I needed 3 more sheets of paper. I think I needed 1 up here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 8. Well, I'm going to make 12 more postcards here. And if I have an extra one after I do this, I'll have a giveaway. These are corn husk dolls that I did with, oh gosh, I did it in one of my morning streams, I think. The little corn husk dolls, we did it online. And so I'm going to take these 3 sheets and cut them apart and get them ready. Maybe I'll cut some postcards too. Maybe I'll make the postcards. But generally, they're pretty easy. I really do like that AI function to make images, to make my postcards, and then I cut them out, I print them off on stickers, and it's just so easy. And really, it's kind of there is a creative process to this. And it's more like, you know, you've seen those shows where they'll be describing to an artist, a criminal artist, of somebody, you know, a criminal, and you describe what they look like and everything. Well, that's kind of what making these prompts are like for AI. Because you say, oh, it was a corn husk doll, and she was wearing a blue apron, and she was holding a sign that said she has yellow hair and a white blouse, and you know, you describe it. And I find that AI is really, it really tests your powers of observation. It doesn't always do what you want it to do. I should show you one here. I'm going to put it up tomorrow. Let's see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can find it on my... I didn't want to put it up today. I'll put it up tomorrow. Hold on. Let me get there. It's right here. It's a turkey. It's a steampunk turkey. And I'm having the hardest time making that turkey gobble. It will, and I went out and I listened to some gargles, to some turkey sounds, and sometimes the turkeys do not gobble. They kind of squawk sometimes. And this will get the squawking, but it won't do the gobble. I go, gobble, gobble, gobble. I even in my prompt wrote, gobble, gobble, gobble. It would not gobble for me. So, you know, but let me play this for you. Let me play this for you, because this is going to go up tomorrow. Please watch it, even though I'm showing it tonight. See, it does that part real good. And it's a steampunk. So it's got metal, it's got a metal body, and it's got, the wings have little steampunk decorations, the tails have steampunk decorations. And that's going to go up tomorrow. But what I'm getting at when I'm telling you about your powers of observation, sometimes you can tell it exactly what you want, and it can't do it. It'll do something really crazy. And we were showing that with the pumpkins the other day. And I wanted the pumpkins to laugh. Well, I can't get a pumpkin to laugh. Like I can't get a turkey to gobble, I can't get a pumpkin to laugh. So what it did, and I did it here in my stream, what it did is it put in some girls running up and laughing and watching the pumpkin. I wanted the pumpkins to tumble down and laugh as they were tumbling down. But what happened, what YouTube did, what the AI did, was they put in some girls laughing at the pumpkins as they were falling down. But I find that writing those prompts really does kind of test your powers of observation and description, like you're telling it what you want to happen. It doesn't always make turkeys gobble or pumpkins laugh. And sometimes it'll do things that surprise you, and sometimes it'll do things that you hate. But I find it's really fun to use that. But I'm using the AI in the sense that I'm having fun with it. I'm not, I understand people who have a negative view of the AI. You know, they think it's going to take over the world and take over all our jobs. And it may take away some of the jobs. But let me tell you, if you're an artist, I think you're ahead of the game if you at least learn the basics of AI. Because it's going to happen. See, I'm up on my podium now, and I'm preaching. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. And so you might as well learn what you can about it. And, you know, a good company, even though they have an AI generator, they need an artist out there to see things that the general public may not see. I can see that even in these little stickers that I make. Sometimes the AI makes them, and I go, oh, I wish it were, you know, I wish it were something else. An artist may come in and say, oh, you know, make that AI do this or make it do that, and they'll get a better product for the company. It isn't like the company is going to buy an AI machine and it will replace some people, but they're still going to need a good artist out there. And I would even venture to say a good artist team, because they're going to have more than one project to work on. And I think this is the white of the backing paper here. So there's one sheet, and I will fussy cut those out. So there's one. And that's kind of my attitude on AI. And people are worried that it goes out and steals art. Well, it goes out, the way I understand, it goes out and analyzes art pieces out there, and then it puts it together in different... It isn't like it goes out and grabs an image. It looks at the image and regenerates, just as if you would go into a gallery. Now, this is what I think it does from my reading. If you went to an art gallery and studied Van Gogh or Picasso, and you came home and you did an abstract in the style of Picasso, that's kind of what AI does. It went and it studied it, and it pulled off the aspects of it. Now, there are people who say, well, an AI can completely make a website look like a valid website. And that may be, I don't know, I think that can happen. But there are laws of fraud if people are doing that. And, you know, if they do that too much, they're going to break the law and they're going to get themselves in a bunch of trouble. So that's just kind of my take on it all. Kind of my little sermon. But I do it for fun. I don't do it to make money. I don't use any of my art to make money, or it's all because I'm retired now. I'm not. I'm gonna trim this a little more. I'm not out here to make money. There are people who are. I don't have anything against it. It's just not what I'm doing. It's not my agenda. And some people are really serious about making money. I'm here to learn and to have fun. I'm not here to make any money. I've had my working days. I'm done with that. I'm done with it. We're going to do some postcards here that I got the others all put together. I can't remember where I addressed them or not. But it'll be nice to get these sent out too. These were from last Monday night. I did a stream. And I want to get these things sent out. They're sitting on my desk and whoops. They're sitting on my desk and they need to go. And postage, somehow I piled up postage. I've got plenty of postcard stamps. All right, last one. And then I'll come out and look at chat. Get this little sticker off of here. Oh, you know what? I'm zoomed in. Let me zoom out again. I'm sorry, I'm zoomed way in. Let me zoom out a little. And let's see what you're talking about out there. Good stopping point here. Katia says, AI should be seen as an extension of the creator. Yes, absolutely. And a creator and not a creator, since AI needs people to work. Yeah. Well, I think there's this fear that AI is going to replace all the jobs and replace all the people. But if you look at history, if you study history, transportation went from what, horse and buggy to Model T to the Tesla. You know, things advance, and we're not going to stop that. Think of the airplanes. Think of the airplanes. Think of Leonardo da Vinci and how he tried to draw a flying machine. I think he did. One of those earlier artists did, and finally Orville and Wilbur Wright figured it out. And now we have fighter jets and all sorts of advanced aircraft out there, jetliners and passenger, you know. So, and even think of our art supplies. Artists of long ago did not go down to the local craft store and buy tubes of paint. They mixed their own pigment. They probably ground their own rocks to get pigment or whatever. Think of dyes. Now, we still do dyeing, but this is, I think I'm going to have to trim this with the scissors. It's not going to trim very good with the, think of the clothing industry. Think of things like needles. And even think of tatting. They used to call tatting knotting. Only, I guess it was a different process, but and crochet, they used to not have, the way I understand it, and Katia, you can correct me if I'm wrong, which I generally am, but they used to sew, take a needle and thread and sew their rings together. They didn't have Picasso way back in the way back days. One person, and was it Meri Atelier or somebody? One of the historical tatters, one of the famous ones in the tatting world, said, oh, let's do a Picasso. Oh, let's do a Picasso. This works. We don't have to sew it together anymore. And so things advance, and you either accept it and work with it and learn from it, or you sit and grouse about it, and it's going to happen whether you're grousing or not. I mean, there are people who don't like the telephones and people who don't like the cell phones, and, you know, it's understandable, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I'm just having all sorts of fun with these. I love making these pictures and postcards and figuring out which one was it. Yeah, I think it was this one, which needs a little trimming here. Just a little white here on the bottom that the trimmer would have a hard time getting. So, but I understand people who don't like AI. I understand where they're coming from, but I truthfully do think if they got in there and started working with it, they might enjoy it. All right, now I'm going to come out and look at chat. And then I'm going to fussy cut all the heads out here. And we're going to make some postcards so I can send them off. Send them to the people as a thank you for coming to my stream. Look at all this trash I have. I've saved these. Save these. These can go. These can go. Whoops, I got my thread here. Get that off my... Let me put this to the side behind me. I've got 19 more rings to do. I'm saving the wider pieces because I think I can reuse those. I'm thinking I can doodle on them. I got scraps. I've got scraps. Yes, I do. That's just paper. Save that. And that scrap. I think I got it all. Alright, let's throw this away. Whoops. No, that's paper. Let me come out and look at chat. I think I'll look at chat on my phone. I can get it up to my nose easier. I can get it up to my nose easier. Alright. Once I find it, that is. YouTube. Me. And me. Me.
There's practically no difference between
no
our
sound. Alright. Skip. What's happening now? I still have my sound on. There we go. Steph says, hi, Vanessa. Did Vanessa pop in? Hi, Angel. Angel Rose, Vanessa. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Vanessa. Karen K is here. Katia is here. Katia teaches tatting, needle tatting on every other Wednesday. She's going to, I believe, have it this week. And it's at a site called The Tatted Muse. Allie K, would you drop a link, or Katia, you can too, drop a link to your channel. You're welcome to come in, and really, I don't think we're that far along that you can't pick something up, because Katia's teaching every other week. Have we had 2 sessions? The first session was just a meet and greet, and the last session, I couldn't stay the whole session. Did I stay the whole session? Yeah, it was the first session I couldn't stay the whole session. And the last session she taught the, yeah, I was there the whole one. I was busy tatting along with her. She taught the split ring off of the self-closing mock ring, and then she did a split ring off of it. And I did 2 or 3 of those, Katia. And I printed off I'm trying to get things ready to keep in a tatting journal. So, yeah. Katia's teaching Wednesday, and I'm going to miss, no, I think last week, but I think Tammy teaches every week, the beginner classes, and I'm going to the dentist this Thursday, so I'll probably miss, I'm missing out on the beginner shuttle tatting, but I'm kind of having to learn my own, because I'm still struggling, and I haven't had a lot of time to deal with the shuttle. I want to so bad, but I'm still dealing with, so I like to listen to her talk to the beginners and everything. I pick up things, but Vanessa says, I've been really busy recording and things like that. Stephanie says, oh, cool, Allie. Let's see, what did Allie say? Steph has got it. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Did you drop the link? Allie K says, I've been playing with AI a bit, too. I'm using Meta AI in the process of making clips for something special. It's going to be a travel video series. Oh, how cool is that, Allie? I can't wait to see it. What state am I visiting? Oh, that's interesting. Very cool, Allie. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that you guys are going in. Who was it? Lala. Lala, too, has been playing around with it. And that does my heart good to hear that you guys are picking up. And it doesn't matter what you're using. I mean, there are a lot of AI generators out there. I'm just using YouTube because it's free well, I think the Meta AI is free too, Allie says, but it's there, so I'm using it, I guess. But use what you're comfortable with, Allie. I'm talking to Allie, but anybody out there, if you find something that works for you, use it. Learn it. I'm just thankful I have something that I can learn the very basics from. Let's see. Katia says, yes, I will be teaching a live needle class this Wednesday. Did somebody drop the link? Goldie did. Thank you, Goldie. Up above, Goldie dropped a link to, let's go there, to Katia's, here it is, the Tatted Muse. And if you go to the playlist, maybe the live, oh, my phone's slow. She's numbering the lessons here. So if you start way down here at number 1, which I think started, let's check out the date. Make sure I have my sound off here. Skip. If you want to know what date, the skip is following in my sound thing. If you come out to the video itself, let me get in there and go to do the more. See, this started in January 8th, the number 1. The very first video started with January 8th, and she's starting it out at the very beginning. So you think, oh, they're way ahead of me? Go watch some of these first essential skills, needle tatting, essential skills, and then she gets into the basic needle tatting, more essential skills, needle tatting, unlock the art of the needle tatting. And I had a laugh because you mentioned the lock join, I think, in one of your projects. And I'm going, oh gosh, I've got to remember how she did that lock join. So you'll find that even experienced tatters will have to go back and review a technique. And that's why you do tatting journals and you write things down. And I mean, I'm not there yet as far as journaling, but watching what Tammy does and what Katia does. They have it there. And so you can go pull out the instructions, or you can watch a video on YouTube and say, oh, that's how you do the lock join. I said lock stitch, it's a lock join. But this is Katia's, and I'm in her playlist there. And these are her classes. Or I'm in the lives, I think. I'm in the live streams. The playlists. She has 2 playlists. Special classes. Is that a... She's got some Unlock the Magic of... These were special classes that she did. She's got 2 playlists, and the other one is the 2025 one, which has all these numbers, starting with 1 up here. So, yeah, there you go. And let me tell you, Katia is good. She's good. And if you don't understand something, she'll work with you on it. Well, I find that all of the instructors in the online tatting group will work with you. Tammy has been so patient with me trying to learn how to shuttle tat. And I'm not there yet. And she says, Meri, I predict that you'll be doing a ring by the end of the week. And I'm sitting there going, you have more faith in me than I do. But you know what? That's the sign of a good teacher. When you don't have the confidence that you can do it, they'll step in and they'll encourage you. They'll say, I know you can do that. Don't say can't, you know. And Tammy's corrected me a couple times that way. I don't know if I tend to have a shaky left hand. It's okay tonight. It was troubling me earlier this afternoon. But I tend to have a shaky left hand, and it doesn't when I'm shuttle tatting. When you shuttle tat, you don't have that needle to hold on to, and also I find I have more control when I needle tat than when I shuttle tat. I lose control with my left hand. My left hand is giving me a lot of trouble with, but Tammy's working with me, and she did some private classes with me, and I'm going out there and reviewing them. And if I can get through them when this session's beginner class, I'll be happy. So there's my talk about that. Let's go back to the chat. Skip. See Karen's link above. What did Karen do? Did she see Karen's message? No, I didn't. Steph says, just the Gemini app on my phone, Steph says, that used to be Hey Google and a few times Chat GPT. I just downloaded Chat GPT, and it gave me, when I did that gnome, let's go out. I'll check Karen's link here in a bit, but let's go back out to let me find my gnomes here. I want to show you something. Let me get them here. This one. The Gnomes Fall Fun. This, now let's play it. Oh, I don't have my sound on. I love how he flips. He said we.
Come join our autumn fun.
Is it this one?
Leaf speaks bliss to me.
No, was it this one?
Look what I found!
No, it wasn't the gnomes. What was it? Was it the... I think, let's go back to where she was flinging her paint. Where did she fling paint? Gnomes. Halloween. Where's my flinging paint video? Did I delete that? Gnomes. I don't see it out there. My flinging paint video. I might have deleted it. Oh no. Did I delete the... This is the journal. This is where she's folding laundry. This is where she's slow stitching. I might have deleted my paint flinging video. Let's go to my production. Let's go to my, here. YouTube. Videos. I've got so much out there. I'm gonna have to see. I might have deleted mine. I'm confused now. I'll deal with that later. I might have to re-upload that where she was flinging paint. Oh well. Not the one, not the Galaxy one, but the other one. The one I did where she was flinging autumn paint. I was out there deleting some videos. I wish that's one thing. They need to give us a project area to work in, because sometimes when I'm working on clips and have 4 or 5 clips out there, they get mixed up with what I have in production. I think if they give us a project area to work in, that would be nice. But all right, when I was reading chat, let me go back to chat. I was looking for a Karen message. Happy Mail.
And Nebraska public school students outperform nearly...
Skip that. Okay. Stephanie said, I had really loved the Gemini app, but the last update is lame. It's more control, but I used to be able to get it to make a wildly different version of the same prompt, and I like that better. Yeah, sometimes they break what they're trying to fix. They fix something and break something else, or they put in an option and it wipes something else out. I don't know. Lori Beth said hi. Hi, Lori Beth. See Karen's link above. Bye, Brenda D. Brenda says, thank you, Mary. Bye, everyone. Bye, Brenda. Yeah. Yeah, the AI apps do different things. People get different ideas. But to tell you the truth, I'm sticking with YouTube because just because YouTube's kind of my home on the internet. And I don't like to scatter my art all around. I got invited to join some AI group out there. And, you know, as cool as it looked, I didn't do it just because I didn't want my art scattered. And I quit posting my art on Facebook and Instagram just because it's too hard for me. Where did I put this one? What did I do with, just like what I was looking with I lose them on YouTube too. So, and I tend to like to learn what I can with one thing. But that doesn't mean that I think you have to do that. I want you to do where you're having fun, and where you're learning. That's the important thing. That's the important thing. Go for it. Wherever you're headed and what you're enjoying, go for it. That's my attitude. And I'm still looking for Karen's message. Steph says, Lori Beth says hi. Katia says she'll be teaching needle class Wednesday. Steph says, oh, cool, Allie. I use AI to make fun images and making digitals for my mixed media, too. That's why I like all of this was done with AI, all of these that I'm using. I'm looking for Karen's message. Allie K says she's been playing with AI. There, Karen says, hi, Vanessa. Thank you, Allie. Wow, Karen, that's awesome. Karen says, Meri, I've been playing with AI and I made a few shorts. This one's for you. Turn up the sound. Oh, cool. Let's turn up the sound.
This one's for you.
Thank you, Meri, for the inspiration and encouragement to try something new.
That's cool. Oh, thank you. Oh, I've got to save that. Van Life Dreaming. Is that your channel, Karen? Van Life Dreaming. Let me subscribe. I didn't know you had a channel. Let's play with this. I subscribed. All messages. You got some short. Can I play this? And then I'm going to put a comma. I should say gobbler male turkey, but I'll put he gobbles. And let's see what that gives me. That's essentially what I had on my hat. He hobbled. He gobbles. He could hobble too. And hopefully this will give me what I want. It may not. I have to go out here to get out of my live. I might have to do it on my other phone. Whoops. Hi! This is me. Hi! Hi! Did you see me out there? Let's see. I want to go to shorts. And, yeah. I'm going to have to do it on my other phone. For some reason, I can't. It took my VEO3 off this phone, and I can't get it back. Let's go to this phone. I think it has. It'll pop back on sometime when it decides to. Let's get out of all of this. Get out of that. Come back into my... Come back into my chat here. Hold on. Get out of that. There we go. Both have tail feathers. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Patty. Hens just cluck. Yeah, I just got the clucking, so it didn't... I said gobbled, so I didn't say cluck. So it should have gobbled. It should have gobbled when I said gobble. It should have made that, but it made it a female turkey instead of a male one. I couldn't get it to gobble, so I think I need to put male turkey in my prompt. See, that's the things that AI kind of teaches you in a way, because I would have never thought. Does a female ticker gobble? I would have never crossed my mind to ask that. I have to type in my password here. It's only the password to get into my phone. If you guys saw it, it wouldn't make any difference because you don't have my phone, but... And I always get it wrong. Now we're back on the letter here. Let's try it in here. I think I have the prompt in here. In my notes. Shorty shorts. Cornhusk dolls. Here. Steampunk turkey. Large steampunk turkey in foreground. In background, old beat up sign on wooden posts with painted text, steampunk turkey. Fall leaves, background turkey. I'm going to put male turkey. And maybe I can get it to gobble. I need to get my little S Pen out. My fingers don't fit this keyboard. And male turkey gobbles. All right. And of course it goes across my, let's put it on one page. And let me copy this And hopefully it'll have my VEO3 out there. And go to YouTube. And make sure my sound is, I got it down for now. And go to the plus. Yeah, see, when you see this little red circle with the little star in it, the white star, you know you have your VEO3. I didn't have that on this phone. It was there and it went away. I haven't gotten it back yet. So now I'm going to paste in my prompts. And let's see if my turkey will gobble. I'll be happy if it does. I'll put it up instead of the other one. And I'll make the other one a female turkey. But see, the other thing, now this one is pretty much on the entire thing, but it could be centered a little more. Here they cut the tail feathers off. So this is why a company would need an artist to say, that placement of that turkey doesn't look right. You need to improve that. You know, that's where I think the jobs are going to be if you're interested in commercial art and you're afraid AI is gonna, because AI just goes out and does what it wants. You need to make these artistic decisions to make it a cool video or a cool whatever you're doing for your boss. Let's try again. And the very thing about, it's the male turkeys that gobble. That whole thing, you know, a company, if let's just say a company said, oh, I don't need my art department anymore, I'm going to use AI. They may get a female turkey clucking when they want a male turkey gobbling and not figure out, no, I can't get my turkey to gobble. And I'm looking for something. This one's not bad, but he's still cut off. This one's pretty much all on there. Let's see what, see, it still cuts off it's cut off you can kind of see the feet, and it cut off its tail. So I get picky about these things. I want the entire turkey, and I'll say, put the whole turkey on there. You turkey. And see, every one of these, it cuts it off because it's trying to show the sign. I should say turkey in front of the sign or something. It's trying to show them both on the same level, when really the sign should be back a little. I had a good one when I was going to upload, but now I'm not going to upload it because I want it to gobble. Here's a good one. See, they got the sign behind the turkey, and they got the whole turkey on the, just a little of his tail's cut off, but it's pretty good. And it's steampunk. Although it's mostly feathers, it's got a little steampunk in there. But let's see if it'll gobble. I may not use that. I want it more steampunky than that, but we'll see. At least you can put it in the center. I gotta turn my sound up. And hopefully I'll get sound. Sometimes I have to do it 2 or 3 times. It's clucking. It's clucking, it's not gobbling. And I said male turkey. I guess they can both squawk, though. Isn't that what Patty said? Let's go back to chat. Let's go back to my chat. Let me refresh. See, it's not gobbling. It's not gobbling, it's clucking. I can't get it to gobble. You're supposed to make that turkey gobble, 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 gobble. Oh, messages. Brenda says, female turkeys chirp, 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 chirp. That's what this one's doing. And I said male turkey. What did you spit at me? See what it did? It made a funny sound at the Let's see if I can get it to gobble. Sometimes you have to do it 3 or 4 times. Brenda says, I've mastered their call, and I used to call in toms. I call them, I don't hunt them. That's cool, Brenda. Thank you for sharing that. Didn't Brenda say hens? Oh, hens just cluck. Both have tail feathers. Gobblers have beards. Well, he had a beard, but he's not gobbling. He's got sort of a beard. I want you to gobble. And I told it to gobble. I told it was male. Male turkey gobbles. See, I have large steampunk male turkey in foreground. In the background, an old beat-up sign on wooden posts with painted text, steampunk turkey. Fall leaves back in the background. You can leave out you just say fall leaves background. Male turkey gobbles. Maybe I'll say male gobbler turkey gobbles and see if that... They call them gobblers. Male gobbler turkey gobbles. And gobbles and gobbles and gobbles. Let's see. Let's try that and see what it gives me. And then I'll try to get it centered. See, this is what takes me a long time. See, I don't like how they gave me half of a turkey in the sign. I suppose if I texted made my prompt say in the turkey in front of the sign or something like that in my prompt. But they're trying to put the sign and the turkey on the same level. And they're only getting half of the turkey on there. And I don't like that. That's where I think that the artist, and even a person who's familiar with with different, like, I didn't know that was only male turkeys gobbled. Somebody who says, oh, why is this turkey not gobbling? This one's not too bad. He's still cutting off of his tail. But it's got a little bit more steampunk in there. This one's a little better. And he's looking like, look how his head is raised up and his mouth is open. Let's take a picture of that. And actually, when I did my pictures for my Fib Diggity prompts for November, I put that one that I played that I was going to put out on my live tonight. I took a picture of it, and it's a sticker, and it's just a picture. Okay, so now let's see if he gobbles. Male gobbler turkey gobbles. I can't get my male turkey to gobble. He squawks. He thinks he's a female. There used to be a farm by my dad's mom's house that you could go up to, and if you could talk back to the turkeys every year. See, he's not gobbling. He's got a beard. Let's try it again. Maybe if I try it a couple times, he'll gobble. Let's see. Jen says, you go up there, got an ad. Every year, and you could talk to turkeys every year, and we went when I was younger. It was so much fun to go and talk back to the turkeys. Brenda says, we have a rafter flock of turkeys that roost in the hollow, 20 to 25 strong. They are pretty. See, he's not gobbling. Maybe I'll put gobbles in caps. Sometimes if you capitalize, put a word in all caps, it understands better. Maybe I'll try that and see. I want it to gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. However they do it. Brenda says over and out. Over and out, Brenda. Are you leaving? Over and out. Rest well, Brenda. Good night, Brenda. That's a hen call coming from that tom turkey. It's a little bit better. It's not quite. It's like he's gagging. He's not gobbling, he's gagging. Let's go back, and I'm going to put this. Let's see. I'm going to change this to male gobbler turkey. I got male gobbler turkey, gobbles. And then up at the top, I'm going to put male gobbler turkey. Gobbler. In foreground. And then I'm going to put the word gobbles in all caps here. And see if it understands. Probably not. But sometimes when you capitalize a word, they go, "Oh, that's what you mean." But I don't think it understands. I think this is like, I can't get a pumpkin to laugh either. All right. And see how, and I need to change my prompt to put the sign behind the turkey, because I don't like how it's splitting it in half. Well, I probably won't put my turkey up tonight, because that Tom turkey thinks he's a hen. Steph said, we have wild-type turkeys on our farm. Yeah, we see a lot of wild turkeys here in Nebraska. We used to have them come up. My parents lived down by the river, the Little Blue River. Here's a good one. And see, it almost looks like a female, but it's got the beard there. Would you call that the beard? It's got the red beard. I don't know. It almost looks like a hen, though. But let's see if it gobbles. I don't think I'm going to get it. I just think AI hasn't learned what a gobble is yet. So I may not put it up yet. I'll keep working with it. I wish that there was a Dream Screen group out there on YouTube. You know, a user group. Because you kind of have to learn this stuff yourself. There probably is. I see a lot of people ask questions on Reddit. Yeah. See, it's not gobbling. It thinks it's gobbling, but that's a clock. Maybe if I want it to be steampunk. I wonder if that word steampunk is confusing it. It started to gobble. Sometimes if you just keep trying, it tries different sounds in the background. I mean, like, you'll see it does a little bit different things. You still get that squawking sound. Sometimes putting it in quotes helps too. I'll try that, Steph. Making the sound of a turkey gobbling. Let's try that. Let's try that in my... Let's go back and... go back here, because this isn't... Let's go back here, because I made a lot of changes in here. Let's copy this. Select all. Where's my copy? Copy, and come back over to my scripts. And I'm going to leave that one the way it is, but I'm going to paste this one down in here. And we're going to do what Steph said. Paste. And I'm going to put it all on one page. I don't like it splitting. All right. Let's get Cornhusk Doll out of there. Put it down on its own page. All right. So she says, sometimes putting it in quotes too. Making the sound of a male turkey gobbling. Male, okay. Let's take this male turkey gobbles out. I'm just gonna erase it. Let's go back into, and let's put quotes. making the sound of a male turkey gobbling. M-A-K-I-N-G. So it's how you manipulate these prompts. Sometimes the AI making the sound, you kind of have to play with it, of a male turkey gobbling. Quote. And I got the spelled wrong. All right, got naked, not making. All right, so I've got large steampunk male gobbler turkey in foreground. I'm going to say in front of, let's move this old painted beat up sign thing. Let's move that. Let's cut that and move it here. Cut this and say in foreground, because sometimes if I don't say in foreground when I want it in the foreground, it does different things. Foreground, large steampunk male gobbler turkey in front of old beat up wooden sign with painted text steampunk turkey. Let's see, we'll put background, fall leaf, no. Let's put the background ahead of the foreground. Background, fall leaves. Well, I don't need two backgrounds. Hold it a minute. Let me get the background straightened out. Background, and I just say fall leaves. And it generally gives me a, but I'm going to put that up above. So I'm going to cut that and put it before foreground. Background, fall leaves. Foreground, large steampunk male gobbler turkey in front of old beat up sign. So I have him in front of the sign instead of beside the sign, and I think that's going to work better because it tries to put it beside the sign and then it cuts it in half. Foreground, large steampunk male gobbler turkey in front of old beat up sign on wooden post with painted text steampunk turkey. Making this, in quotes, quote, not a star, quote, making the sound of a male turkey gobbling, end quote. And let's see if that worked. Steph, you might have solved it. Let's see if it squawks. Let's see if it squawks instead of gobbles. Gobbles instead of squawks. All right, so there it is. It's in here. Background, fall leaves, foreground, large steampunk male gobbler turkey in front of old beat up sign on wooden post with painted text steampunk turkey, quote, making the sound of a male turkey gobbling, end quote. Let's see what it does. It's fun to play with this. Sometimes you can get a little frustrated, but see, now it put my turkey in front of the sign. And this one's pretty good here. I like this one. All right, let's see if it gobbles or squawks. Good night, Carol. Thanks for popping in. Have a great week. I don't know, she might already be gone. She says, nighty-night all. You're very welcome, Carol. I still gonna need to get some happy mail out to folks. Carol's one of them. Carol and Vale. Yeah. It's squawking. It's clucking. Don't you know how to gobble? I can't get it to gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. I can't gobble very well, but I gobble better than he does. It's AI. It's supposed to be intelligent. You're dumb. You're making my male turkey squawk. I'm getting frustrated with it, Stephanie. Yeah. It looks like a male turkey. But the other thing I've noticed with this is sometimes it gets pretty dark. So if I look for a lighter one that's lighter in color, it makes a better picture if I'm printing it. Let's try this again. See if I can't get one more to my liking. Oh, no, see, it's cutting him off again. I might just have to either let him squawk or put female turkey. Maybe if I put female turkey, what do we call it, squawking? Maybe he'll gobble. Let's put in a female one and see what happens. What word instead of gobbling? What I want to say squawking. What's a good word for what they do? Clucking? Let's see. What did I do an AI? Did I do the AI over here? Did I close it? No. Well, let me do this. I want to try the female one. Large steampunk female. And let's see how it handles that. And I'm going to take out gobbler. Come on. Female turkey. Large steampunk female turkey in front of old beat up sign. Let's get back into my chat. Mad turkey. Let's see. What did you guys say they did? Brenda Ashford says she's worn out. She just got home from the daughter's wedding. Oh, I missed that. Oh, Brenda, I missed it. Say chirk, 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 chirk. Chirking, shall we say chirking? I say squawking. Gobblers have beards. Hens just cluck. We'll say clucking. Making the sound of a female turkey. I have to just put FE. Female turkey. Instead of gobbling, we're going to say clucking. And it'll probably cluck like a dog. Once when I first played this, it sounded like a duck quacking. I'm going, that turkey is quacking. All right. So I've got large steampunk female turkey in front of old beat up wooden sign with painted text, steampunk turkey, making the sound of a female turkey clucking. And that's in quotes. And let's see what it does with it. It'll probably gobble. It'll probably gobble. Well, we got a female turkey. It's a little prettier. Let's see if it clucks. It'll probably go cluck, cluck, cluck. Oh, I'm getting tired myself. It's 9:43. I'm going till 10. that's not too bad. I don't like that. Let's try it again. I don't like the fuzzy sound at the front. I think that was supposed to be wind blowing the leaves around. I need to get a drink of water. I need to fussy cut those out, but I can do it after a stream. Oh. That's moving its gears there on the wings. But it's not clucking. But it's moving the wings, the gears on the wings. I wish I could expand that. Let's see if I can get it to cluck. We don't want it to gobble now. We want it to cluck. Or whatever it does. Chirk. Brenda says chirk, and Patty said cluck. I like cluck because I'm not sure YouTube will understand chirk. Well, that works, does it? That works. That works. It's not moving it's moving its wings, but it's not moving the gears. And the other one, it moved the gears. But see, that's, let me turn this off here. That's the other thing that I have trouble with YouTube with this. Maybe I'm still learning, but it seems to either do the sound or do the movement. Like when I first played it, this wing moved and the gears on the wing moved around, and I'd like it to cluck. And this one it clucks, but the wing doesn't move and the gears don't move. So it's not sophisticated enough, I'm sorry, it's not there yet, to make the wings move and the turkey to cluck. And I think I can live with that clucking. It looks like a female. So we're going to hit done. And then we'll hit that, and it'll go out and process it again. And then I'm not going to play the whole thing. Then I click next, and then it goes out to put it on my channel up in my studio. So I'm going to put female turkey. And I'll go in and fill in all the metadata after the stream. Female turkey. And then you just upload short. You have to change all this stuff to, and it is unlisted. I'm going to make it private. There we go. So we straightened out, we know why. We've learned something tonight. Female turkeys cluck and male turkeys gobble, but YouTube is that the VEO3 can't gobble. And the pumpkins can't laugh. They put in pictures of girls laughing at the pumpkins. I wanted the pumpkins to laugh as they were tumbling down, you know, like, this is fun, yay! I want to get these cut out here. Well, I was going to do it after the stream. It's 9:47. I'll do this. I'll take this out to my recliner. Let's cut some... I got a few minutes. I need 12 postcards. Let me put all this away. That was fun to do. You know, it's just like a learning opportunity out there. It's fun to play with this stuff. Let's see if I can find my watercolor paper. Where's that watercolor paper? No, that's gridded paper. Is this watercolor paper? No. Hold on. I have to get there. One more reach. One more reach. I think I can get 4 out of a sheet, so I need 12, so I need 3 sheets. Come on. 1, 2. I'd like to get these sent off tomorrow. If they don't go out tomorrow, the postcards, because I still have to make them, I want to do the Hiawatha. I want to get those sent out tomorrow. The mini ha-has. But I may not have time to do both the postcards and the cards. So if these don't go out tomorrow, they'll go out Wednesday. So I want to cut these at 4. And 6, which should be half. And I think it is. I like when it works out real nice like this. That's wrong, though. I have to cut 4 here. And then I have a little, because it's 9 inches, and I only need 8. And I did not put lines or anything on these. The only thing I did was write postcard on the back and put the little head of the cornhusk doll on there. So at 4. And 6. Tomorrow's Monday. Dee Dee streams at 8:30 Eastern. And she said she was going to show Angie's. She bought some of Angie's bubbles. She was going to show them in her stream tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be in there, but if I'm not in there, I'll catch the replay. Or I'll try to. I don't always catch the replay. Mondays are hard for me, and we've got things. My brother has a doctor appointment tomorrow, so it's going to be hay to pay. 4. We're going to have a busy week this week. And I'm working on getting November's Birzines out. I was going to work on my Birzine journal tonight, but we got playing with the turkeys. We got playing with the turkeys. We couldn't get him to gobble. I can't get my turkey to gobble. I should write. See, that's it. If you had a user group, of course, they would probably tell me the same thing, Goldie. Put it in quotes. What, 4? Yeah. So now I have 12 postcards, and I've got the others all made. I just needed some extra to send to the public people who came in as little thank yous for coming to the. So, and it is 10:49. What? Well, let's see. Let's. I have enough time to do. I'm not going to put the stickers on there, but I can get this stuff. See, I save these. That's my little book. I'm looking for I think I took them out in the other room. Let me grab a pen. I've been using up, I bought a whole bunch of these older Pen Plus gears. These I think were when they were still 88 cents. I'm not even sure they come in these packages anymore. You used to get them for like 50 cents. I can't remember. But now they've increased the price of them. Everything goes up. I'm going to sit here and write postcard. I'll have that much. Oh, and this is an older one because this is not what I want. These are good, but they're mini points. I wanted a wider point. Hold on. Getting my tush out of the way. Oh. Well, hold on. Here. I don't think I have to open the package. These are, when I was cleaning, I put a whole bunch of these packages in my drawer. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We'll throw this away. I have to throw some of this stuff away. I'm getting too much. Oh, look, that's a mini one too. Well, I must have got into the mini ones. Come on. The fine point ones. I want a pen with just the medium ones. Is this a fine point one? It looks like it might be. We'll try it. These are the wide ones. I don't know if I have any more in here. Might have to give up and do it tomorrow. Let's try these. These might be these are the markers. These might not be what I want. Or they might be. We'll see. These look like fine point, but these might be chisel tip. Sometimes that's hard for me to tell. Now those are chisels. Hold on. I'm going to open that other package. I've got a whole bunch of these that I bought. I kept buying them because I said they're going to quit selling them for cheap. And they have. So I've got several packages that every time I go to Walmart, I pick up some. That's what I want. It took me 5 minutes to get there. All right, I just want to write postcard. And eventually, with my calligraphy, I'll be able to do beautiful printing, script printing. Right now, it's just what it is. And let's get a ruler out here. And draw a line. And then I will put the little doll head there, and I'll date it and put the addresses on. Let's go ahead and do these fast up here. And sometimes it's nice just to have your own handwriting uneven, and you know, it's who you are, imperfect. And when I have a shorter area here, I try to give this to somebody who has a shorter address. Although it's about the same size, I need to move it over a little. Because some of you have really long, I think Teresa Church has a very long line, and Lala does, and Brenda does. And I'm saying, I'm not going to get all that address on one line. And so if I move it over a little this way for the longer line addresses, that's what I need to do. So I will not be streaming Thursday morning. I will stream Tuesday. I might try to work a impromptu on there. I don't know. It just depends. I'm going to be pretty busy this week. I'm trying to get those Burzine kits out. I have Happy Mail that I want to get going, and we have a doctor appointment tomorrow, and I have a dentist appointment Thursday. So I don't know if I'll get an impromptu stream in there or not someplace. I want to work in my Borders journal. I need to work in my zines. It's just life. Life gets in the way of my fun. Do you ever have that happen? I'm sure you do. I'll look at chat here when I get this done. Life gets in the way of my fun. I got a lot done down at the lake, though, as far as getting things ready. I addressed all the Burzine envelopes. I didn't get my prompt list made. I started it. I got to finish that and print those off. Prompt list for November for the Burzines. The Burr journals. They're not all zines. Not everybody's doing a zine, and that's perfectly okay. Do what makes you happy. Thanks for playing along. That's the important thing. I just got a few left here. Be that much further along, and I'll print out some. Let's see, I think I did 12 here and I had about 15, so I've got address labels that I write the addresses, and I haven't got everybody's name on address labels, but I got my own name, and it sure does help. So I might do that tonight, cut those off and put on here. I don't think I'll get the stickers on here because I have to be seated at my desk and I'll be out at my recliner. So I got, what, 3 left here? And I got enough postcard stamps that I can get these sent off pretty easy. And these are for the folks that attended my member stream, which went public last Monday night. And they're just little corn husk doll stickers. And they're, thank you for coming. And the stickers for Angie and who else won? Those envelopes, I put them over in the safe spot. I'll mail those tomorrow too. Those will be easy to mail. I'll have some time in the morning to get those addressed. This is the last one. Well, this has been a fun stream. I want to thank you guys for coming. Don't forget, Dee Dee streams tomorrow at 8:30. Then Janet Young streams after her. Oh, I need to tat up my 19 rings too tonight. So what time is it? It is 10 o'clock. Look at that. I got it on the dot. Let me refresh chat and I'll come out and say goodnight to folks that are still in here. Let me refresh chat. Hold on. Chat filter, all messages. I still have 13 of you in here. Good night, Steph. Good night, Karen. Thanks for sharing your channel. You are doing super with those shorts. Keep up the good work. We just enjoyed those. Very cool. Sylvia says, gotta say good night. Good night, Sylvia. You need to get your moneymaker to work tomorrow at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. She's probably gone, but good night, Sylvia. Karen says, thank you, Mary. Good night. All right, let's see. Anybody else in here? They said there's Kitty Jen. Have a great week. Maybe try a laughing Halloween cat, Mary. I will try that. I think I did a steampunk cat, but he wasn't turning out either. Maybe I'll make him laugh. I did a steampunk cat, but he didn't. I think I had music in the background. I wanted him to meow, and it kept putting his bowl of milk up in the air. I go, that bowl of milk is just floating in the air. Mad turkey's gobbling. Or mad turkey gobbling. So Jen's laughing. Let's see. Sometimes putting it in quotes. Okay, I'm caught up with chat. I want to say good night to everybody. Don't forget, Dee Dee streams in the morning and until about from 8:30 to about, I think, 11 Eastern. And then Janet Young comes on and she streams for several hours. I think Barb Owen is on tomorrow night and Dana Yates. From there, I've lost track of everybody. So have a really, 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 really good week. I will be on Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. So thank you and have a good week. Make it a good one. Bye.